to the Herb Senior Show on Spreaker, the new Herb Senior Show on Spreaker. And wow, we have a very exciting guest today, Miss Colette Paul. She's an author, and she's going to tell you all about what she's going, her career, and what she's going about. Very, very lovely young lady, and she's doing a lot for herself here live on the Herb Senior Show. And wow, man, this has been really hot here in Memphis, Tennessee, and we're now going to talk to Miss our guest today, and Miss Coletta. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
We doing great, yeah, and it's right now. I just checked the temperature in Memphis. It is 99 boiling degrees. Can you believe that?
I can believe it.
So here on the Herb Senior Show, could you tell our audience what you're all about? I told them that was an author, and just give them a little bit of insight on your goals and your careers, please.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm a first-time author of a poetry book, which is called Butterflies Dance in the Rain. And this book is dear to my heart. I've been a poet. I got serious around 2003. I actually going back to college with my college sweetheart. He broke my heart. He was actually he was an art major, and he wrote poetry, and I just loved it, and I wished that I could write poetry as well. Well, after he broke up with me, I began to write poetry. It just flowed, and I didn't believe that I was able to write. Well, years later, years have passed, and I found the notebook where I wrote all of this, poetry. And I said, "Oh, this needs work." So I began to study the craft and, do my homework. I joined the Georgia Poetry Society, and there was a contest, and I placed one of the poems. Actually, I had three poems, and they chose one. Three judges out of three judges, they chose one of the poems. And I was in an anthology called Reach of Song. So I was really excited about that. So that's my journey as a poet. I've been in online magazines, local magazines, and I'm more of a writer than a spoken word artist. I will do poetry readings, but I'm more of a written. I guess I do more of the written word than actually the spoken word. But to promote my book, of course, now I'm doing more of the spoken word. So that's a little bit about that part of writing. I also write children's literature. I took an online class from the instruction of my mentor, and I took a class online. It's called the Institute of Children's Literature. And after taking a course, I have this manuscript. So this particular manuscript, I don't want to self-publish because I am a self-published author right now. But this particular manuscript, I want to get published by it's a traditional publisher. And as of late, I found a editor, and I met an agent. So that's huge to actually meet an agent.
Yes.
So I'll be working on that manuscript as well.
All right, that's quite a bit. Could you tell our audience where can they publish purchase your books from online, please?
Well, of course, Butterflies Dance in the Rain is on Amazon. You can just go on, I guess, Amazon search. I was told to go under books. That's better to go under books and type in Butterflies Dance in the Rain and my name, Colette V. V is in Victory, Paul. Colette V. Paul, because there are other Colettes out there. Colette Pauls out there. And you'll be able to find the book.
Okay, to me, you are you are more of a smooth. I may say smooth author. You say if I'm pronouncing this word, a humanitarian. Am I saying that correctly?
Well, yes. I I guess some people will call it an activist. I I hurt so much for people. I believe in people. I love people. And in my book, Butterflies Dance in the Rain, there are poems, about racism. There's poems about the climate of America. I have a lynching piece in my collection, and I just pretty much observe a lot of things that's going on, as well as just my innermost thoughts, dealing with life and actually being here on this planet Earth. I have a lot of spiritual poems, just wondering why. I guess while I'm here, what am I going to do to add to the universe? How how would I guess when I leave my legacy, what will that legacy be? So that's extremely important to me. I'm not just here to work. I have a poem that's called Another Year, and it just talks about I'm not here just to pay bills. I'm here in my creative soul. So I'm here to use my creativity to help, with humanity, and if I'm an activist in that way, then that's what I am.
Yeah, I was just looking online and I seen this young lady, Sandra Bland. I don't know,
Right.
that really kind of touched my heart. And said you
Oh,
talk
definitely.
on, there was, in fact, I made a show about that just a few minutes ago, and this really kind of
Oh,
touched my heart.
okay.
That wasn't right, wasn't it?
Of course it wasn't. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if I should say this, but I have a neighbor, and he is a police officer. He's a very conscious police officer, and because I want to know what can I do other than write or get amongst friends and we debate and we talk. What can I do? Like, we know as a people or just as a human race that we need to get together and we need to do something about it. So probably shouldn't be saying this, but I was told to go on a ride. And that's what I'm going to do. Just to see, like, the climate, what's going on out there. Because we have to do something. I think if each person just look at themselves and do something, if each person do something on this planet, then, it'll just be a different world. So I'm just doing my part.
Yeah, and I, since you said about the racism, I thought I'd throw that in because Facebook said a lawyer, she published that video and saw the actual coverage. What happened to Miss Sandra Bland? And
Right. It's horrible.
is there any way that we can stop that from happening again?
That's what I'm saying. We need to get together. Like, you know, uh, the youth, college students that are activists, people who live in the neighborhoods, lawyers, experts. We all have to sit in a room. I think that it's not going to be one leader this time. It's going to be groups of people who get together and we come up with something to do. It has to be planned, and not just. I'm an African American woman, not just African American people, because it's not an African American problem, or only African Americans can fix it. It takes everybody. Because I don't understand if there is a non-black person who's witnessing something or they see something, they should be able to do something about it. Everyone should just come together and let's do something about this. Something has to be done. It has to stop. Things have gotten better. I know it doesn't seem like it's gotten better, but social media, there's some pluses about social media, and just by exposing I think this is the year that a lot of things that without social media, without video cameras or our cell phones, would just no one would really know about it as much. So a lot of instances, a lot of things, incidents, a lot of things that are out there, people are being exposed, and you're gonna have to, people are gonna have to answer, and things are gonna have to change.
Did Sandra, did she die in jail or something? Did she die?
Yes, of course. Yes, she did. They said she hung herself. They had I don't remember the word they used, but it was a proper word for saying she hung herself. And the thing about it, floating around on Facebook, they have videos of her before this actually happened. She was a very conscious sister, and she talked about, just standing up for your rights, things that were going on in the community.
But did she? I
And
mean,
so now,
yeah, go.
mhm,
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kanye, but excuse me, Kanye. But
that's
I don't. I may be wrong by saying this, but it's my freedom of speech. Why should a person of that type of statue commit suicide? I mean, I don't know.
she of course she didn't. So that's why they're running tapes. That's why the family is not happy about it. She was going. I think she was from. It was up north somewhere, Chicago or somewhere. She was from.
Yeah, I
And
think
she
so.
was coming down for an interview. I mean, why would you commit suicide when you're coming down because you have another job?
That don't sound right
She
to
was,
me.
she
That
was
don't sound
right.
right.
Her family said that she was, she was happy. She was irritated. They showed a tape where she was irritated, but that's not what happened. So now they're investigating. They want to know what happened. I think it was in 3 days. 3 days later, this happened to
Wow.
this woman, and it's like she's talking from her grave, because she's telling you, be positive. That's what she talks about. Be positive. Stand up for your rights. Speak your mind.
She.
And it's like
Mhm.
you can't say she tried to commit suicide when she has tapes now that are floating around on Facebook saying the exact opposite. How positive she was. How she wanted to help her community. It doesn't add up.
Oh, it doesn't matter. To me, that's sound kind of fishy to me. Cause I'm not at liberty to say what happened to her really, but I
Right? We
can
don't
say
know.
that I can say it don't sound right. When she was on that video with this cop here, she didn't sound suicidal to me. She sounded very protective. She sounded very outspoken, and she stood up for her rights.
Right. She had an outgoing personality. I think, because I don't really watch TV, but I think I saw it. I think it was on TV, or maybe I saw a video, and I think the mother or the sister, and they was just saying that was her personality. That's just who she was, to be outspoken. I mean, to be outspoken and you end up, dead, or major transition 3 days later. It doesn't make sense. And I've seen other videos around with non-black people who do much more, and it's more tolerated. And I really don't know if there is something that's coming higher up to say, if you feel threatened, you feel threatened by a black person, shoot, because you feel threatened. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll tell you one
what's being
thing.
said, but the way that it looks like, that's what it looks like.
I tell you, it's from the Michael Brown to the other guy. It's just too much police brutality.
Of course it is.
You just
Of
stop
course
that
it is.
stuff.
Of course it is. So I don't know if it's about police officers need to train. I don't know if police officers need to go through some educational, maybe a higher level of education. Maybe they need to go through psychiatry classes. I don't know what they need. I mean, I guess to see what they see out there, maybe they don't need to be on the streets anymore because they've seen so much. Maybe they're gone through, like when soldiers go to war and then they come back and I just purchased a book from an author about traumatic disorder syndrome. Maybe they have that. Maybe they're trigger happy. I don't know. I'm a person who believes in love, but I also believe in justice. And if these police officers continue to do this, I'm sorry, if it looks like, because I know that the laws, there's double standards based on who you are, but if it looks like, or if you shot somebody 20 times, that should be murder. As a police officer, you should go to prison, and it should be under murder.
That's right.
Not go back on a job, not get suspended, not go to get a desk job. You should go murder. That's a man. You just killed a man.
That's right.
You just killed flesh. You killed somebody's brother, somebody's uncle, somebody's father. You know, you just killed someone. And you should go to jail, or you should go to prison. The court, you know, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know everything about that. I don't want to say too much. I don't want anyone coming to my home. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
you know,
I get passionate about that. I get passionate about people. You know, I get passionate about people who are breathing and they have life. And life is precious, and life is beautiful, and life can be hard, you know?
Yes, it can.
So for this to happen, and I think, I'm sure it's a bigger thing going on, to keep showing these images over and over and over. Of course, it makes you numb to certain people. It makes you, if you see a certain person, you're going to lock your doors, or you're going to kill them, you know, because that's what you see on TV. That's what you hear. It's all these subconscious type messages that people are getting. And then you begin to say, because you know, black lives matter. I remember the song, I'm Black and I'm Proud, you know. Man, things have changed so much, down to the music. Music used to have messages. They don't have it anymore. It's all by design. And it's working. And I think once we as a people begin to wake up and know who we are, we're going to have to be the ones to pull ourselves out of this. We are the ones. No one, I mean, we can get help, but we as a people, this is something we're going to have to do.
You're right. Wow. Well, whew, man. I know I feel the same way, because it's been 2 minutes. Colette, it's been 2 minutes. You know, the Braga Brown, the Ferguson, up there in Illinois, and now Miss Bland. Come on now, people. When are they going to stop with the brutality? I'm like you. I have a heart for people. Those are human beings. Yes.
If you don't mind, I would like to read a piece, and it's very. I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
It's just a different time. It's
okay.
Just a different time, and then I want to do something a little more light. But this first piece is called "For What," and it's a friend of mine. She asked me to write this piece. There's an exhibit around, and there's like when they would do the lynching, they would go around and they would take pictures, and they would sell these pictures. And I had the opportunity to go to the exhibit, and I had to sit down and catch my breath.
Wow!
I couldn't believe. I felt like everybody should have gone and look at that exhibit, because I think people will just automatically change for the ones who want, for the, I don't know what to say, for the people, or for changing the situation, or just being better, or going to school, or going back to school, working in the communities. They would have instantly, they were supposed to do for the community. I think people have just forgot about the community and how to this is so much. Just go back to the community and help your elders. Just as they say, treat others as you would like to be treated.
Right.
It's the morals. It's the morals that's changed so much.
Yes.
But I'm sorry. I'll keep talking about it all day. But the piece is called "For What," and it goes like this: You accused my son of stealing some meat. You hung him. I protected him by saying I did it. you hung me too. From that branch, I took one last cloudy view of you spectators, and you brought your children to watch this brutality. I ask you, where was your humanity? Deranged and decrepit with your animalistic view. You photographed us as we screamed, burned, and died. Our agony became art through what was soul of our tragedies as postcards. You put pictures of us on your mantelpiece, and we become trophies on your walls, like a deer just hunted down. And you showed your hunting buddies your prize as you drink moonshine.
Yes.
You have a sickness, a disease called hatred. Who do you think you are? Do you think you are God? No, not God. God is compassionate. He is love. And he said we were created in his image. And if this is true, why did we hang from those branches? Again, tell me, how could you make art out of our pain? If you wanted to sell our artwork, show them in the photographs who we were. Show them I was the queen and my son was the prince of the Nile. We were living on the richest continent with abundant lives, enjoying royalty. Scholars of advanced languages, arts, and sciences, masters of them all, while you were in caves trying to stay alive, living like animals. Everything you came across, you stole. You killed everyone that helped you. Now, you tell me who is the animal. You fought our people for centuries and sold us into slavery. If you wanted to take pictures, take them of our years of pain, being forced here in chains, living in quarters on your ship stuffed like livestock. Tell them how most of us barely made it because we were in close quarters, packed and stacked on top of each other, living in our feces, urine, and blood. Show them about the foul air we breathe because of the small air passages you gave us. The only thing we saw, the sunshine or felt the breeze, was when you threw us overboard because we were too weak to survive. Show them how you separated us from our families and raped our women. Show them how we build America off the sweat of our backs against our will. All you do is kill what you don't understand. What are you afraid of? Now, show these facts in your pictures as you watch our faces in your lynchings. What type of person would treat anyone like this? You answer me before I die.
Wow.
Yes.
That's powerful there.
Yes.
That is really powerful.
Yes. Thank you.
I really appreciate you being on our show. Wow. Man, that's... Well, you're going to have a book signing August or something like that. Could you tell our listeners about that, please?
Yes. I'll have a signing on August 22nd at the Shrine of the Black Madonna from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's in Atlanta in the West End. So please go on Amazon, and if you can make it, pre-order your book on Amazon under Butterflies Dance in the Rain, under Colette, B is in Victory Paul, and make it to Atlanta at the Shrine at 3 o'clock on August 22nd. And if not, just purchase a book. And after you read it, go back on and give me a review. Tell me what you think about it. I would love to hear from you.
Okay, wow. Well, folks, you heard from Miss Colette Paul, and we're going to get ready and in our show. Miss Colette, we really thank you for being on our show. You have been a great inspiration to our audience, and thank you very much. And God bless you, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for the last few minutes, we have heard from Miss Colette Paul. Wow, what an inspiration author. Oh, Lord Jesus. You go to Amazon.com and purchase her book. It will be at the bottom of my link. And wow, you've heard it first on the New Herb Senior Show, broadcasting on Spreaker and YouTube, worldwide broadcast.